Who am I? This is a question that many of us wrestle with in our culture today. And the answer to this is huge. For many of us, it determines how we feel about ourselves. And if you get it wrong, it brings about anxiety, depression, even self-harm. Now here's the tricky thing. None of us make this decision about our identity on our own. All of us have voices telling us who we are. Maybe that's your parents or your friends, but probably for many of us, it's the culture in which we live. That culture's changed a lot in the last 50 years. For centuries, humankind found their identity from authority structures like God and Scripture and tradition. Basically, God defined us. But in the middle of the 20th century, things began to change to a world where our feelings were central. And now instead of the outside determining us, we determine the outside. In other words, God made man in His image, and now we've returned the favor. So we say things like, you do you, speak your truth, be true to yourself. Happiness and identity have become about feeling good and not being good. How's that been working for us? Suicide rates continue to grow, substance abuse has skyrocketed, and this is all during the age of you be you. In other words, the stories we tell ourselves, they just aren't working. In other words, you and I make terrible gods. And sometimes what my heart wants isn't what's best for me. In fact, being true to myself often leads to destruction. So maybe we need something bigger than ourselves to define ourselves. What are your thoughts? You think we moved too far in the wrong direction? Or are we headed in the right direction? We just haven't gotten there yet. Let us know your thoughts in the comments.